go by the obvious of who isn't. Redford? Like, what's his name? Bob? Robert? Never said Robert.
Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Not Bob, Robert. But, Robert.
And Robert.
Was that old name?
This is 321.
Was that recent?
Well, he was I see. Search.
Right. I guess we just go one at a time. It's probably best. You say is let's say, and we'll scroll. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Scroll up. No, I don't think that's it. No, that's not. Next.
That was. Oh, this is spicy.
Let's see. Is that right?
Yes. Let's see this. So that's the answer. So,
Scroll up. Next. Exactly next. Come on.
it's church saving.
Next.
So the rest of the right.
Yep.
So
Scroll it up. Neighbor. New York. Wow. Next. Was that the old one? Scroll it. Oh. What? I feel like it was these messages to me before that.
before all of this.
Yeah. Or not, after all that. But if we skipped it, like scroll through it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it was no more than 50.
I feel like every time I turn on, like I scroll further. Okay. Okay. Go to. Okay. What's that? Don't forget. What's that? Yeah. Oh, it's still reject. Well, so remember that phone number and then like scroll past it. You never they were? Where they were?
Yeah,
Better than that.
with lots of other smells and
One. Anything about like cars and firsts and type in the word car. And it's not first. Car at 7 point like or maybe like exactly on a word that word it.
0 miles driven.
Yep, I should know.
So that was great.
Car. It's great. Turn it on my feet.
This is right underneath. Then we did the one right over there.
This is every car. There it is. So it's car right there. Who's it? No. Scroll all the way. No.
Same as
Dude, I feel like I'm being messed with by
said it wasn't this.
you being on this side of me looking at everything. It's not that way. And I'm not allowed to work up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like being great and being for no, not by you, but by someone.
I got you. You want me to? I can take it off the screen.
No, it's not that. It's just the fact that if he's after this, I have to go next, right? I have to follow him, and so he can go the second. So it's
He says, Bill.
Bob.
So we've got start with everything on the same here. What she'll say. It's right up there wrong. What she'll say. Oh, that's the same. That's not that.
So did we go to Welcome?
Yeah, we did all of this. I remember all of this. That's your bigger. Yes, we did all of these. Remember? Yeah, start here. You said it was outside. Exactly. This happened.
He's an 80-year-old man. It'd be like talking about like Christian songs and all kinds of things. Weird cars and
What are you looking for?
Bob. There's Bob.
I was gonna say, I think
Good morning.
Holy moly, Bob. We've been trying to get a hold. I need to save your phone.
I'll give it to you.
Oh, man.
What do you need, bud?
Message me.
That's all. That's I said.
Yeah, I was gonna shower. See. Thank you, Bob. Bob, we need you for.
Bye.
I'm here.
Okay. And
Hello. Okay, bye.
we're frantically looking for anybody and somebody to fill in the next fit.
This way. When you want to start?
I love you, bro.
In 2 hours.
I'll be here. It's easy. All I gotta do is walk around the corner. I gotta share something with you.
Yes.
A message from Wichita, Kansas. Last night, as every night, 365 days a year, the Lord's Diner, across the cathedral downtown, serves supper to anybody who wants to walk in the door. Like they do over at Salvation Army. But we had 200 plus that last time we year ago. and my assistant, Don Woodward, went to the chaplain. And I felt as one of the chaplains there too.
The woman?
But Dawn Woodworth is my assistant. And she went to the chaplain, told her about your efforts here. 200 people stood and prayed for you. And said, we wish him the best of luck and are praying he achieves the world record for these. May God bless him, his witnesses, and his subject.
God bless you guys.
Terrific people. And they prayed for him. Okay, you need me here in 2 hours? I'll be done. I'm gonna go next door and eat breakfast.
Oh, where?
They serve breakfast for everybody wants to go there to the Salvation Army 6 days a week. And summer too, anybody wants to come.
Wow, that's a blessing.
It needs to be better publicized. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know about it. You don't look so bad for wear. What? You don't look so bad for wear.
It's been taking naps, and it's okay. It's on this nice comfortable bed with us. Considering it's not the most comfortable.
It worked great. He's got it.
That's good.
We're going.
All the time.
He's got to met your wife last night.
Yes,
Sweet lady.
yes,
Beautiful smile.
yes.
When I need to hire to stand by a limousine, I'm hiring her.
And she's a beautiful person. Yeah.
I've been having fun with that line about a paramedic's the first one you see after say, hold my hand, everything. I've been sharing that with all the cops that I see on the street. They just roar. They think it's funny. But I expect all of them to be good. Be good people.
They probably do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we're all a little crazy. And all this public safety are crazy who are doing the business. You know why all the firefighter paramedics are certified and say, we still not even burn flints to their population sense of belief. They aren't very smart. They can run around for 2 weeks without a head and keep functioning.
Oh,
Yeah, it's true. Huh?
Acting like they're trying to eat, there's nothing to eat. When the nuclear holocaust is over, they will rule.
Yeah.
They're totally destroyed.
yeah.
Thank God we don't have that yet. Maybe with his products we won't. We got too many idiots with their finger on the trigger. I have texted pictures of your poster all over and told people to blow up, widen up and look at those images.
Yeah.
And that is what inspired that group last night. That was on the big screen when they break this.
The big old AI poster. What the heck, huh?
Yep.
Thanks, bud.
Okay, I'm going to grab breakfast.
Okay.
Witness to a few folks and turn around for that.
Thank you again.
Need anything else? I'll get these all out. And my phone number is on my card, and my card is going to be laying right here with the number provided.
I want to get the air on there.
What's this cell right there? You need anything day or night, or get installed. A low firefighter, you might get the middle of it. I grew up in a funeral home, did any of this work.
Wow.
Because before EMTs, paramedics, your local funeral director would train us. And if you remember the original Ghostbusters movie, that gray hearse that came in with a beacon on it, you removed that beacon, put rollers in the back of his funeral coach, put the beacon back on, the sirens on the way, put a stretcher in the back, put people in the hospital. All you need was a group that is set up at the room free. You need 42 inches of headroom. Now you got to have 60 inches of headroom, swing IVs. We didn't have that back then. But we didn't have that technology. People don't realize, but mouth-to-mouth resuscitation was in old New Testament. But nobody figured out it worked until 1950, because they always thought exhaled air was all carbon dioxide. It isn't. There's enough oxygen in it to sustain life. And in 59, we invented closed chest cardiac compression, where we do external cardiac massage. And that's when the impetus came for EMTs, paramedics, CPR, vehicles that we would so and young, dumb me in a funeral home, I was trying to learn all these things to make it happen. And my ambulance partner, you're going to nursery school in Dallas. Before I came to work for my dad, drove ambulance down there in Dallas. Before he came down there in Kansas. And I was going all over. I was in high school. And I'm going over all over the county with him teaching first aid classes and CPR classes. Schools, school bus drivers, everybody, turnpike people, everybody else. That was back in the early days of pre-hospital medicine. We consider that boards and bricks and it goes to the board and something to wrap it up, called the practical lunch. Before we had all this modern sophisticated stuff. But it's fun. We learned a lot. Sometime before this is over, when you're really bored, I will tell you the story of the first ambulance call where I lifted the patient, and you will laugh hard. That was 17,000 plus ambulance calls ago, but at the end of that first call on routine convalescent, I wasn't sure if I wanted to wind my watch or run. But I'll tell you that later. Have a good day. I'll be back. Okay.
Enjoy breakfast. Every day I'll be done. Yes. So. Like, don't get your finger. Yeah. That's all the. Sure. We have to grow. Huh? Yeah. And God accepted. Call the name of the system, for I will no more have mercy on the house of Israel, but I will utterly take them away. But I will have mercy on the house of Judah, and will save them by the Lord their God, and will not say by bow, or by sword, or by battle, by horses, or by horsemen. How much she did weep the glory of, she did see to Paris. Then said God, call his name Lord, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your God. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sands, which cannot be measured or cut. And it shall come to pass that in a place where the sin of them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said to them, ye are the sons of the living God. Then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together and appoint themselves one head. They shall have a God of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel. Chapter
2. Say ye to your young, I and to your sisters will not. Please with your mother, flee, for she is. That will therefore be away the Lord and tell yourself, and her adulteries between breasts, lest should repeat and say, as the day she was born, and make her as he please. Said, like a drop this slavery thirst. I will not have mercy for children, in for they and the children of orphans, for their knees they run, as she declares, as the she's. For she said, I will go after my lives, for the people I have bread and orphans, I will gladness in my oil and my drink. Therefore, people I will get you by way of authorities, make a rule that you shall not find the paths. And she shall follow after loves, but she shall not hear teeth. And she shall see, but shall not find. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first seat. For that was the question with you that now. For she did not know that I gave corn and wine and oil, and multiplied her silver, gold, which they prepared for me. Therefore will I return and take away my corn, the time thereof, and my wine, the season thereof, and will recover my wool, my basket to cover her needs. For now will I discover her weaknesses, and unction the out of my energy. I will also cause the birth to cease, her feast days, her funerals, to cease. Some feasts, time destroyed fig trees whereof she said, these are my rewards that my lords have given me, and I will make a forest. Pieces of fig tree. Time is the days of the wherein she enters. She met herself earrings, shoes. She met after the lovers and begats. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her to the wilderness and seek comfort there to I will give her vineyards for fence, and the valley that Acre for the dome of hope. And she shall see there as the days of youth, and as the day changing, coming grand regions, and it shall be in that day settled that I shall call issue, and shall call you Baal. For I will take away the names Baal out of them, and they shall no more be written by their name. And in that day will I give you covenant for you with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven, and with
Don't worry about
things. And I will see at a time that it is all these earths. Since first of writing the God of studies, I all betroth you unto us forever. As a party to righteousness, judges, and their plan, having more sons or sons. I will betroth you unto them faithfulness. And this no more out. This shall come to pass. Day, I will hear, or I will they shall hear earth, and the earth shall hear the corn, and the wine, the oil, they shall hear gently. And I will sow to eat the earth, and I will have mercy as a take. God is saying to this church on a people, thou art ready, thou art one of God. Chapter 3. Go yet, love me, be led of her friend, yet an adulteress, according to the law of the word for which she is built, and look to other gods, my eyes on. So I offered to me for 15 pieces of silver, and for a quarter of barley that had food of varsity. And I said to her, thou shalt labor for me many days, thou shalt not labor hard, and thou shalt not be for another man. So I will soon be thee. For the children of Israel shall buy many days without a king, and without kings, without gods, and without a blemish, and without a fraud, and without a tilt. And one crush, which is the Israel will return and see what their God and the day that she actually used the date on the next year's actually careful. She controversy evidence because there was truth, mercy, knowledge, and I swear. So I wanted that easy to see. Should have been busy doctrine or animals and blood judges blood. Therefore, some man on rivers, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts sleeping, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away. Yet the man strive nor improve us, for my people are as they strive the trees. Therefore shall both they and the prophet also shall be present in I will destroy. Our people harness for bad shall because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will gently and thou shalt be oppressed to the outward sea, because I will do so for my children, as they are in release, so be against them. Therefore, my children, to share. If they but the sin they said, God, their enemies, and there shall be like people like the beasts, I will for their grace and reap their doings. For they shall eat and not become. They shall should not praise, because they have left off to take to the for them and wine, and you are take away from the children. My people ask counsel at their states, and their fidelity, or for the spirit, ordinance, cause them to burn out, and they will not if there is one. They sacrifice in tongues and mountains that were incense, wills, and boats, poplars, and elms, because the truth is good. Therefore, your daughters shall commit murder, and your sons shall commit adultery. I will not punish your daughters when they commit murder, or your spouses when they commit adultery, for themselves are separated works. They say, sweet fathers, therefore the people that have not mercy shall fall. Though thou Israel, they hard, yet not shading backwards, but come on to Gilgal, you will meet the faith of Savior, the Lord, for Israelites. Now the Lord with you is the prayer of my tremendous Ephesians joy to minds. Let it not their trickiest they were thinking by rulers wish, but give me the windly founder of it the wings, they shall be ashamed because of their sins. Chapter 5. Hear this, please hearken in house and you will most keep, for judgment is toward you, because you committed this on this, and the midst people have the virtues without intellects, though I of it would be you. I know Ephraim that Israel responsibility, for now it will be free, thou committest Judah and Israel stood for them. They will not be to turn on their heart, for the spirit of things is this, and they have not possible peace, and the pile of Israel testify to his peace, their worship is in every routine. Judah also shall follow me. They shall come with them once, and urge to seek the Lord. They shall not prevent him. He hath withdrawn himself. They that treacherously against the they become strange to how shall of the power of the portions. Allowing him employment, giving, and the truth is made right. Cry aloud at that name, and truth will passion. Ephraim shall be destined, they will be among the trumpets of Israel. That which I should be. The princes of Judah, the life that we wisdom
Tim, that's the fire medicines or the one with the pieces. He's the leadership test. Well, judger, because he wouldn't be one there were very particular as and of Judah as prophets. When Ephraim saw the sins, Judah saw his wood, then went Ephraim to the sea, sent the king Judah. Yet the leader of healing, nor to be broken, or I will be as a prophet. Thank you. You guys worked so hard. Seriously. You guys deserve so much more.
Well, we all
Thanks.
all of us work for God, but God's purpose. And so people definitely bless us abundantly. I'm excited for my retreat. I was telling him, I was like, oh, this is great. I spent more money on this retreat than I've been in. I had to get to the retreat. Hiking supplies.
Is good.
For hiking works and flashlight and rechargeable solar battery in my case. It was power and like all this stuff. And I was like, I did not like that stuff. A blessing. I was like, this is God.
Yes. He the whole time he was we were looking, he was actually walking on each other.
I know.
So from like 3 miles away and yeah. I found him on the top section. I don't know if that's your sister, but I found him sleeping on that and it's troops of the bench across the street. So, and priests were away. I could see him sleeping there. And one night when I got kicked out of my office, and house fixed for him. There was the order. So the next day, I thought it was just one of those books, but I've never seen it. But I was every day. I but chapter 7. I brought him here. And we don't have to make this for him. He started in the hotel and find stores. Yes.
He's a Texan, right?
Yeah. I think so. And that they consider part of their hearts. So that's good. And how's the knowledge? Yeah. Like this. They can we know we trips of their lives. Then are choice. As the other main we're getting frustrated at guys at first to get like I in the day that there's things everywhere. Slip on. He starts to this sorts. So he was here. What I was saying, wait.
Yes, he's like a great guy.
Yeah, and of course, like you gotta believe that the Holy Spirit is within us. And devour and judges. We help each other. We have helped others. We have helped Jesus. You see, help each other.
Yeah, I kind of remind myself again. There's people out like that hard to help, hard to love. I'm like, you said that when you're for one of them, and be for me. And I just keep saying that to myself over and over and over. Okay, Lord.
To the Lord their God, mercy for this. Egypt also is like us. Without it, they call to Egypt, they go to the sea. When they shall go, I will spread my net among them. I will bring them down as the fowls of the heaven. I will chastise them as their congregation is third. Woe to them, for they have fled from me. Destruction to them, because they have transgressed against me. Though I have redeemed them, for they have spoken wise things. And they have not cried unto me with their hearts, and they howled among their beds. Never knows. I've never seen that ever. Yeah, all everything around town and every other.
Yes.
Wow. I know about
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I think God connects people on purpose all the time, but it just comes out of the blue. Like, sometimes people don't know right away, so they know, oh, that's why I needed that person. That's why God told me. Oh, yeah. I love how he calls us to the moment. You know, you know how I said that I like I think it's just for trying to bring like we try to pieces. Yeah, I mean, yeah. 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 I was early teens, my teens, when I was having my birthday celebration for myself, I would invite all of my different friends that they could come to, and people would get along, and they be friends, actually, like, mercy. I would never check how long like, no, I love this. I love this or TV. You know, I'm a friend, people are friends, because they things like my birthday, and I'm like, well, you know, but I've always been that way. I love it. I've never had a birthday where I'm excited for one friend, you know. But yeah, now that I'm on my walk, yeah, that's well, I connected her. Then I to them now. I was like, okay, I'm done now. They're moving. That's TikTok. It is. And I got it. I had she's on the same place. Yeah, no, they pass.
left to gay almost to kid was eyes. Ephraim, as I sometimes is planted by us, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to give them forth. Father God in give them shall outside shall have rests. Open Jesus is given as heaven. For the wickedness of doings out of my outside vessels, but that's all your princes of that happiness. If was then riches pride, they shall bear fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yet will I eat from the fruit of it. My God will cast them away, because they did not hearken to me. And they shall be waters of the nations. Chapter 10.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It goes through waves. Waiting for that big wave, but
According to the
after this, energy will happen.
according to the boots.
I know I forgot about it. I was like, wait, when it's just like seriously tired again. Now, when you're past, it's like you said,
For how they should
it will.
because very few. What then should it keep you to us?
Right now, I'm just putting my eyes right.
Also, making thus judgments.
I have eye drops. I will hit it next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got about an hour.
And the priest of the rejoicing of the glory in their lovely causes, part of the future. They shall be also carried unto the sea, present to King Jarrah. Ephraim shall receive shame.
I do.
What artist?
Sometimes
King is
I'm very in tune with certain words. Like, if somebody says a bunch of other words and never something with this, they're like, oh, I'm going through something, you know, and
there they stood,
that,
and giddy against the children, but defeated
that man is saying they're waiting for me. They never say the word. That thing, what? When you just sing it, or you want to say that and almost, even if it says that this, like there was a, some artist, came out on stage on an upside down cross, and it was all red, black, you know, the thing. Not to say that you blend in, but that's the thing colors of it. So I tried to steer away from Brandon Lake.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Of sex idol. It's what he is right now. I really believe I think that he's selling himself, partying with Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll has it's pretty much a strip club bar within Hawaii. I'm going to keep on these rooms hot for a while. There, sleep in Hawaii. Well, his wife was across
I did hear that.
but I was hanging out with him doing concerts and coming out on stage
taking the fire.
with an upside down cross, walk through hell, hallelujah.
I was as the waiting on
You
the
walk through hell,
I believe wisdom.
I don't praise him. That's the hit of the song. You know? Come on, man.
Because they
Like, find hope. And
and the sword shall find.
I'm not certain.
And shall consume.
I gotta be careful who I like
Because of counts.
as far as music.
Or better to that.
he got signed, or we did real big.
As well, insulted. How should I give you a evil? How should I give you
So we got should be
how shall I
with respect.
my heart is determined and
I know that
he will take
like I flash sometimes,
but you yourself
say,
I will not return to this truth.
uh,
For I am God, not man. The prudence.
so I think they're
I will consider to be
careful with
they shall serve. He shall warn from mine. He shall warn.
Chain Breakers, really good song.
West.
They shot the songs that I
Out of Egypt, and there's a bill out. And it's the Bible.
We went Rockstar on
Make me a compass. The God that was Israel. This well, you yet move with God. This
I don't think anybody wants to do it fully understand
chapter
I
20.
think that I understand as far as seeing this through my eyes.
That follow after the peace.
Some people do.
We'll talk about it. Or saying it's controversy.
Trying not to be great, trying to also
Is pairs according to his doing. Speaking of
I said Brandon's leg. My mom and honey, I think he's awesome. Like,
powerful medium.
alright,
He wept.
let me tell you, Joe. Joey boys, good morning. Alright,
There is.
alright. Everybody was
Just therefore bow to the mercy and judgment and waiting on thy God. He is change of the balances, deceit are
I'm gonna go
he loves to oppress and he favors. Yes, I am rich and I am found.
You can sing songs, you can get
I think it's and I that before
that industry, you just if somebody gets signed,
peace.
it's not just a contract, they're not independent
Visions.
you just sign a contract with somebody who is profiting money,
They are vanities.
split fame,
This looks your now.
getting
Doctors, artists,
yeah, exactly. Voice, but there's a bunch of other guys that have good voice, but they don't look like you. So they're not gonna, but they sing better than you.
and
They're not gonna make their things. It makes you think,
it was observed. You forget to anger most visually. Therefore shall he his blood.
I don't know. I feel like you felt that the king
Chapter 13. When he threatens, trembling, he exalted himself in Israel. But I offended in vain.
my God.
And now he was and had made them molten images in the sea and ions according to their understanding. All of it.
We've seen a lot of the
Mistakes. And this therefore,
like I don't want to, so I'm not supposed to talk crap about it.
it's
just it's not my job. But I can see
and
that.
this is and yes, I believe.
I just gotta protect myself.
For there is no
Everybody I have on that list.
which draws according to your pasture to make sure they never feel that their heart was exalted. Therefore, they feel closer. Therefore, I am
First to this.
I also I don't goodness of there just you read the footnotes and it was their hearts. They were the mighty power by a lion.
It was tough the whole time.
Oh, Israel, thou hast destroyed.
There was something we did the world
But
better.
is thy
Like Guinness,
I will be thy king. Where is any other like they sit down for the ourselves
We had beautiful, there were something so sweet that were going on. You see, you guys were here with power with them?
Luckily, it bothers me because it's
Things were happening there, and there was a band. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that that was luck at all. Of course, the same way that we were searching for Bob, like all of them once. She said, "You looking for Bob?"
right. Right there, yes. Oh, yes. Came in the spot.
Yeah, no.
This one. It's great. So he said, because that's how all of the should just coming in. We're going, unbelievable. Everybody said we shall become dry. 100%. And then the time I called all around. No one. Once it's just how he shows.
Yeah.
Their infants. It's always they're women with a shot. It's very loud. Chapter 40, like climax. Wait, Israel. We can.
But it's like ultra.
Yeah. It's like
Except with prayer and go through.
yeah. It's very much a safety. But wait, what it is more.
Oh, yeah.
I think it fits.
Where?
Yes. Keeping our gods flying the fondness and then see. I would like gods.
Yeah.
I thought, especially around me, there's two of our clients.
But my grandpa
Just do, yes, you should love us. And all the podcast for life, so that's not like. And I help them choose the finest got a bed that doesn't use version like and they just live up there to get sent because
yeah.
this shadow shall be they shall be all as all road is the sense their arm shall be as the line that if we shall say was it I to do any more than idols I and observed I like wheat for a tree. For me is thy fruit found. Who is wise, and he shall understand these things. Prudent, and he shall know what the ways are right, and the just shall walk. And the just saint shall know where they are. Now then, check. To drop off this. And if you don't wish and if they all look it's right. This you are chaos and the case tell your children that let your children tell their children another generation that which the power that let our works that which will understand that the king and the word is and that which the king and the word have left at the cabinet. Awake, ye drunkards, and ye that how why ye drinkers wine, because of the new things forgiveness and trouble, mortality, fornications, idle habits, and strong, and without enough, whose teeth are the teeth of a lion, and he hath the chief teeth of a great lion. He hath made my vine waste, and barred my fig tree. He hath made it keep there, and cast it away. Branches thereof are made white, love and flag of religion, girded with of as the youth. The meat offering, the drink offering, is offering, unto the Lord, the priest of its ministers. The fear is wasted, and for the cool is wasted. The new is dried out, the free oil languishes. Even the shame, husband, come by presence. Eats already because the promise the pine is from fig tree languishes the back of honey man tree, the back tree also,
Sarah, keep your mind relaxed, active.
Because children
Come here. You want to stand up? Come on, please.
how he ministers come lying I wear such cloth ministers in my
I don't know. Come on, one. There is something to win.
house. Sanctify even fast. And we're going to be out of the way to the land. It's my house, Lord God, and cry for Lord. Alas, day, for the day of the Lord is and has a destruction for the Almighty should come. And it is not wicked to cut off his former days, yea, should make and relax us our God. The sea is rotten under their claws. The garners are redesolate, the gardens are broken down, for the pool is withered. How do the beasts come? The herds and cattle are perplexed because they have no pasture. Yea, but flocks of sheep are made desolate. O Lord, to me like mother, for the fire hath devoured the pastures of the woods, and the flame hath burned all the trees.
Oh my.
Now the beasts that you cry out, so
So heterosexual like
yeah, I was at pastures
randomly.
are tempted
I'm
to
nobody to judge. I am just
companions of
I gotta be careful with man.
that all inhabitants
I can't listen.
for it is not
Music evokes
a day dark those in their just a day with
glorify God or
since
the other.
just that
Yeah, I agree. I just wish I could sit in a link because when I just went to the scene in March. I don't know. I just didn't get like that vibe. That it's
Oh yeah, that's right. Serious presence. You Google Brandon laid up there on upside down prostate. Well, it's not upside down, but you know, yeah, it's down. Or whatever.
As a strong before their face, much maybe all faces together wax. They should not fight. They should fly all men. And then spikes.
Once the upside down cross stage,
Nine should not rest. They should walk everyone is up. And when they forward this, they should they should work to they should rock.
okay.
yeah.
They should climb.
So is the shape of this beach?
They should
Right.
Upside down cross stage.
be a shall climb.
Shape.
The heavens shall tremble. The sun shall
If this beach was so.
So the whole crowd gets to see it as upside
the
down.
Lord shall not expose.
Look up the satanic wisdom, but it's all references upside down.
So, for the day, all this, there are 10. Therefore, once, see, oh,
You want upside down crosses, you want it.
and the rest.
You don't want to, a big thing about it, you don't want to throw mix
And 10.
the confusion.
For
You
his
don't want to
righteousness
confuse your people who are trying to live it.
of great kindness and repenting. We know that to repent, less. Even awful, the truth blow the trumpet, Zion, sanctified first, cold was told, gather, sanctified congregation, ascend, elders, gather, which
It justify that as far as like,
let right
well, I look better with this. I think what looks better
let priests
is it sexy?
we tweet or go to
That's God?
but it's spent.
I don't think so.
And
I don't think my God
teach
to look like that.
that he should.
Certain thing that they call God sometimes that looks like that's what they
Just
I don't think it was supposed to describe.
yeah, but no, but that's the same things. I was asking why
And holy regards to describe as humble.
and I don't know. He did diagnose. He beast. That's the hostage. It's juice.
Okay.
He got that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Well, he said,
Every
he said,
choice.
not
For all time.
48.
Why would
Now,
he does
Yeah, well,
ready. And the last one.
what's that here? What was that? Different thing.
Why? And I understood. He said, "I muscle and we had that way."
yeah.
It was 28 minutes of rest.
And the top, that was just my great promise.
Yeah, middle of the night.
And he should be badly.
Right now, right now, the train.
Yes, honestly.
Yeah. Build a farm. Good morning, brother. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's not good.
So how far do you think with traffic do you think that it will take you? And how many minutes?
Trying about it, man. No. So, I think I've been saying
You'd be here like 10 minutes early?
yeah, that is a lot on rare, wow, right?
We got Bob.
One part,
Yeah, we got him. We were frantically looking for him and he just walks in.
please. All right, now, on third,
Is that 9:30?
checking their, wait. Say what it is, what, first. First, I've started.
We're gonna go check. Sorry, hold on.
Still gonna start. Shift starts at 40, right?
The shift starts at 9:40. Maybe like park the car at 9:25.
Alright, okay, alright, now, I got it.
And then be here at 9:30.
Alright, I got you.
Alright, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Funny. Don't worry,
Okay.
right?
Because we. It's because that actually. Our shit. Right.
So live stream is on. Aaron live stream or something.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And he did update the title for what,
Okay,
for what
they
you
did.
wanted. Yep.
They're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are awesome.
Things. And more. That's that. And my and he's that I is that I am the Lord your God and not else. And my people shall never each and it shall come to pass that I will warn them to respect your flesh and your sons, your daughters, your old men shall drink dreams, your young shall see visions, and also promises, no hands, and days will I further respect, and I will show mountains, heavens, earth, blood, fire, and pillars of stone. The sun shall dip, and will be tired before the great and terrible thing if the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall hold shall die. For if I can some rejoicing shall tempest, and if you follow me shall keep I shall be free. I shall get to the children shall strong. No my goodness, God, will bring down. I deposit that and will keep it.
Excellent breakfast had, 2 cups of coffee down.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
I have a perceptible pulse. I'm ready to function.
What did you have for breakfast?
Scrapple, bacon, excellent French toast, and some really seriously good coffee. And some yogurt. Over at the Salvation Army,
Nice.
they serve free breakfast for everybody that needs it.
That's really great.
Every day, and every day except Friday. And same with supper. It's available for anybody who wants it.
Great.
And very few people know about it. But we got to improve that.
Mm-hmm.
Get more folks in are hungry.
Yeah. If you don't know, you won't know.
Well, gotta put the word in the streets. You know why they described St. Paul as the greatest salesman in the world?
Yeah.
Because he took the message on the road. He stayed a local religion in Palestine. He hadn't gone all over his own world. And he did. He was, in fact, the greatest salesman in the world. And selling something like that is a noble cause.
Yeah. It is.
I've always been a fan of his. And then when he wrote the 13th chapter of Corinthians, I think he was his most eloquent, talking about, if I do these things and have not love, I'm nothing. And people will read those first few verses, 1 through 4, I believe it is, and they stop there.
I really like praying.
And then they start. If he starts right after that, in through the 7th verse, 4th or 7th, 5 or 7, 4th or 7.
Maybe it was at the end.
He says, love is this, love is that, love is so forth. And we were taught from the time we were little kids that God is love. And when I speak in churches, sometimes impromptu, I tell people, have you ever seen the color snapshot of God in the Bible? And they look crazy at me. And I say, well, I'll tell you what. If you would take a look at the 13th chapter of Corinthians, which I'll Google right quick. I'll give them a Proverbs for Corinthians.
Or their music is edifying, but then after
In Corinthians, 13th chapter, the International Reader's Version. There we go. Easy out comes up. You really look at it. But he has so many verses, and in 4 through 7, love is patient, love is kind. We were taught at the time we were little kids that God is love. I said, folks, if you would just take every place that says love and put in God's name. Here's how it's read. God is patient, God is kind. God doesn't want what belongs to others. God doesn't brag. God's not proud. God does not dishonor other people. God does not look out for his own interests. God is not easily become angry.
I've asked God.
It does not keep track of other people's wrongs. God keeps no record of wrongs. God is not an eternal small-minded bookkeeper sitting up there in a big black book with a black mark every time you do something wrong. Satan keeps a record. God doesn't. He forgets about it. Once you ask for forgiveness, he puts it out of his mind. He didn't even remember.
They got like one.
God is not happy with evil, but is full of joy when the truth is spoken. God always protects us, always trusts us. God always hopes the best for us, and God never gives up on us. Now that's the God I see. And that's a full color snapshot of it. I've been preaching that for 50 plus years in jails and prisons all over the world. And they respond. And I get chaplains who get perturbed with me because I'll go in some country where I'm on business. Prison fellowship will help me into some prisons, you see. And I speak. And when I'm done, if I've got an audience of 300, probably 60 will get on their feet. And the chaplains afterwards say, "How did you do that?" I said, "Well, I didn't. He did. But we've been working on these guys. I've been here 4 years and I've never seen that many, do this." I said, "Well, you got to understand. I'm several thousand miles away. I've got a briefcase, and that makes me an expert." And he says, and what are you an expert in? I said, it's like medical terminology. You have to break it down. An X is a has-been, and a spurt is a grip under pressure. But they consider that I'm coming from a different area. But at the same time, I'm telling it in a way that they can relate to.
Yeah.
And I have a kind of preset speech that I use in jails and prisons. I do not preach, I teach. Because of the Sermon on the Mount, he stood and taught them, saying,
Yes.
pound on your pulpits, raise it into motion. But I try to teach them that, yes, you're in prison. But there's people out on the street who build a prison around themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you might have been here a while, and you might be reading your Bible, and you might think you've got God figured out. But this podium I'm standing at is finite. It has a beginning, it has an end. It's only so big, it takes a certain defined space. And God is not finite. He has 2 letters added to the front. He's infinite. And that means if this podium were infinite, it would go on forever that way, forever that way, forever that way. That's an awfully big podium. Now, this is a finite mind. Inside a bone box, totally protected, floating in liquid, only fastened off the base, limited access in it. If you sit here and think you can pack a full understanding or concept of an infinite God who can speak worlds into existence and not only forget about it, into this, come on, it's this. And then I began to tell them what an infinite God can do. And I say, we've got to understand that there are 2 kinds of people. These that have gotten caught, and some who've been falsely accused, and you're in here. And the rest of us out here who just ain't been caught yet. So you're all little sinners saved by grace. And then I have to explain to them what grace is. It is not a high ecclesiastical official, your grace. It's not Michael Jordan's grace on the basketball court. It's not saying grace over a veil. It is unmerited favor. God gives us this because he loves us, and we don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's free. That's a hard concept for somebody in prison to pay for. I understand. And I say, an old friend of mine, George Yachts, was a bass singer in the Cathedral Quartet. And he was at my house one time visiting. We'd gone to church. I spent 10 years in Anderson, Indiana, which Anderson College is the headquarters of Church of God movement that Bill Gaither and Laura Gaither belonged to, and all the Southern Gospel acts, Sandy Patty and all. And one Sunday morning, we had the opening song. We heard these wonderful voices behind us, and then turn around and greet. And it's George Yachts and Glenn Payne of the Cathedrals and Roger Bennett, their pianist, who sang to it. The other 2 were over the east side of the Church of God with Bill and Laura Gaither. And the kids go, "Oh, you guys are in town. You staying out at the motel recording up at the studio just north of Anderson?" "Oh, yeah. You going out to the motel for lunch?" "Done too." "Oh, come on up the farm. Dad's got barbecue." So they Shanghai these guys, drag them up to my farm. They invite all the neighborhood kids in. I've got 37 people in my rec room and dining room, which is large for it, and a piano and an organ. And we sit around, tell stories of the room, and the kids had a great time, sang and everything with these three great singers. And at the end of the evening, we're breaking up the leftovers to send home with the kids and stuff. And George comes up to me. He says, "Now, Mom, you're a bit of words." He says, "I got to get my story down so Bill and Dory can make a song of this." I said, "Well, I'm no poet, but come on back to my study. We've still got that IBM typewriter with a little ball." And we sat down and wrote his and my life story because he started out in Christian music as a demonstration quartet on the road, demonstrating music to sell sheet music. When Rex Humbard opened the Cathedral Tomorrow in Cleveland, he hired them and named them the Cathedral Quartet. When he retired, he didn't sell that off. It wasn't a money-making ministry. He wanted to. If I've done my part, I'm done. So they went on the road independently and called themselves the Cathedrals. Well, they became famous. But he had started out in Christian music, got lonely out on the road to drinking, became alcoholic, lost his wife, lost his family, and God put it all back together. And this was his life story. So he and I wrote, if you, and I've never written anything else in my life, never writes. If you could see what I once wrote, that's how I started this. Then know you would see. The miracle of him took me to sweet embrace and gave me what I am today, just an old sinner, saved with grace. We took that to Bill and Gloria. She's the greatest gospel lyricist in the world. She wrote 8 yellow chords and a great second verse. She wrote, "An old sinner saved with grace, stood convinced, oh, who took my place? Now I live in freedom. With each breath of life I take, I'm loved and forgiven. Back with the living. I'm just an old sinner saved with grace." And I'll play that song. And people's playing, sing it for the audience. Then I say, this is the way God works. He literally can wipe it away. And the problem then is you're still looking at the bars. Now your choice is whether you're free on the street, prison of your own making, or in here. You can look at those bars or you can look through them.
Yes.
And you have to see that there's something on the other side. Even if you've got a life sentence, you very well may change your life in here and help change other people's lives if you work for them, and just might make their love for some. But here's the way it's done. You have to first off learn to be free in here. Freedom is a matter of heart and mind. And I play another Gloria Bill gave herself called "I'm Free." And Linda Brannan is a black pastor's wife from St. Louis. And she's got a great contralto voice like Marian Anderson, great singer. And she sings, "I'm free. He forgot the foolish child I used to be. And since I met Jesus, it changed me completely. He forgot the foolish child." And I play that song. And I say, you have to learn to live in here. Free. Free in here. Everywhere else. Then I talk a little bit. And I say, and you might think that that's the end of it. It's not. The really hard part is learning to live as though you've been forgiven. And to accept that you have been forgiven, because the system is telling you you're going to fail. We want you to fail. We are here to destroy you. We want to break you down to nothing. And you have 10% of the guards who do anything they can to help you. And once you succeed, we have 10% who make the ground you walk on. The other 90% or 80% are just trying to survive to retirement with forced overtime and low pay and everything else, and scared of what they're doing. You have to learn to live as though you've been forgiven. And Gloria took the old wonderful hymn, "Be Still My Soul, the Lord is on thy side," which is Finlandia, the music, national anthem of Finland, that Jan Sibelius wrote. Beautiful music. And she wrote, and then she wrote, as one who's been forgiven. I'll walk with joy because I know my debts are paid. I know my name is clear before my Father. I'm his child. I'm not afraid. So greatly pardoned, I'll forgive my brother. The law of love I don't know about. Now, you watch that, which is sung as a prayer. The first verse will inspire you. The second verse will change your heart. And the third verse will change your life. And it's now starting to shift. Probably 38 years ago, it's starting to show up in church hymns. Because the tune's familiar. The words are meaningless. And I play that. And then I offer an invitation. And they start getting it. And shake hands. And I accept their confession of faith. And many of them say, if I could ever get out of this prison and get my life to you, then I come to work for you. I said, that's why I'm here. Through people to go to work. And I've got a training program we're going to start here for the next 2 years. You can sign up. I give the chaplain application blanks. They fill them out. The chaplain has one responsibility. He has to put a red X in the corner of any of them that are talking the talk. He has to put a blue X in the corner and he's off. And when the class starts the following September or whenever, the ones with the blue X first take. But we don't turn the others down. We say, look, you need to work on your resume, work with the chaplain. We've got some stuff for you to read and things for you to work on, and maybe you get in the next class. And we teach all of our people what Jim Burr of Burr's Potato Chips up here in Nottingham PA taught. He hired former inmates when he first started. Nobody else had worked for us. He was going up against some big stack with him. And he told me, you're hired former inmates. He builds your ambulances and stress and stuff. He says, you need a formula to get the prison out of inmates. I said, well, you're right. There's a little 31-page book, which was 1,000 years before Christ. And it's complete instructions for the brain, mind, and body, everything you do in life. But nobody read the instructions back then. Nobody reads it now. He said, you have them read one page of that book every day. They'll never go back to prison. He said, the first page of that book promises that wisdom is the most important thing anybody can find. More valuable than gold or rubies. Get wisdom at any cost. He goes on to say that all wisdom, all knowledge begins with respect for the Lord. And then it's done talking about religion. And then at the bottom of the first page, it says, if you do what wisdom teaches, you will live in safety and free from fear of all harm. It's not something that was prison.
No.
And I told him, well, I need a copy of that book. He says, you got one. I do. He says, you got a Bible, don't you? I says, no. He says, it's Proverbs. Read it. He said, you teach these people to read one chapter of the book of Proverbs every day. They will never go back to prison. He has a 0 recidivism rate. His grandsons run that company.
Wow.
They are still over 80% forward.
Really?
You advertise it, people pick at your factories. I became the second largest fire truck and ambulance builder in the United States, with 82% former inmates working. And they now own the company. I gave them the company when I retired. They stopped out of it. Employee stock owner program, they own it. They run it. They're still over 80% former inmates. As far as we know, our company and Jim Burr's are the only two with the 0 recidivism. Now, we've lost a few. A few of them have come to us and said, well, I know I'm on probation, but I got to go out on Friday and Saturday night, play a little honky-tonk music, make some extra money, have a beer or two. Well, you're on probation. You get a letter from the probation officer that says, fine. But if you don't have that, I can't employ you here because my contract with them is that you will observe probation. So we've had a few quits. In 90 days, 120 days, we got a letter. And all it takes is reading Proverbs every day, a commitment to let the Lord lead them. And his burden's easy. His road is really easy compared to the other world, everything else that. And today, I'm 80 years old this year. I'm still building factories. I'm still training former prison people. I'm putting in the work. Because just like me, girls, it's true. And you can blame him because I never intended to do any of this. My whole goal in life was rip the funeral home, to do ambulance work in the old days with the old Ghostbuster stuff before EMTs and paramedics. Never intended to do anything, go to med school and teach in medical school. That's all I ever wanted to do. I love trauma medicine. I love all kinds of things. I'm interested in everything, from cars to pickup trucks to locomotives, but I never did my dream to teach. But I have. And right now, I want to tell you a happy months. And interestingly enough, there's a corollary to this. We didn't think we could have any kids. Lost 2 babies. My wife had endometriosis real bad. We thought, done. And I had adopted her 5 brothers and sisters because her dad was an alcoholic. And the greatest butcher and meat market manager in Wichita, Kansas, built big league bottle on him. So I ended up adopting her 5 brothers and sisters, and I've raised them. I've educated them. Some of them are in the business with me. We get pregnant. And my best friend in town, Elreda, Kansas, which is 30 minutes outside of Wichita, is a local doctor. He and I went through scouts together in the county. He grew up in Augusta, 15 miles away, but he came back to Elreda to practice. And he says, I'm going to get her through this one. He had her in the hospital 7 times in the 9 months. And the day that I was trying to deliver this ambulance right here
Oh, wow.
to Dwight, Nebraska, I had it on the finish floor. I'm training them on the car and trying to get them patted on the head and back up the road to Nebraska, Alessandro, Kansas, so I can get up to the hospital because she's in labor. And a woman walks in the door. Pregnant up to here, got a 1-year-old on this arm, tears in her eyes. She says, I just had to get a divorce. I didn't want, my husband didn't want, my church made me. I hear you need a titleist. And I said, yes, I do. See that lady over there that's, they just escaped me. I'm office manager for your, that's the office manager. She'll put you to work. She goes over and sits down. She was a Jehovah's Witness, and her husband came from a very wealthy family, heir to a coffee fortune and a liquor distribution fortune. And they forced her to get a divorce because he wouldn't convert to the witness. And they weren't happy about her working for us, because we were a corporation. Because the local overseer of that Kingdom Hall wanted her to run one of his businesses, I found out later. And maybe as his mistress, I don't know. But Kathy went to work. That was 55 years ago. She's still with us. And I virtually raised those 2 boys with her and played stepdad to it. And my wife has this baby. 3 years later, my daughter is going to preschool. The Central Community Church in Wichita was a mega church. Used to be First Church of God of Anderson, Indiana. They built a mega church, and it became Central Community Church. And our Noah's Ark preschool is out there. They run, 500-600 kids every day. And her teacher calls me and says, I need to talk to you. Your daughter is determined, wants to be a teacher. She is so good. I leave her in charge of the classroom, but I leave for a few minutes. But she's afraid that you're going to want her to come to the business like Uncle Darrell and Patty and everybody there. And she's afraid to tell you that she wants to be a teacher. I said, I'll be right there. So I went out and met with her and my daughter. And I said, look, I'll tell you exactly what Grandpa and I talked about. Grandpa told me, son, you don't have to work your older. You don't have to do ambulance work. You don't have to be a mason. You don't have to join the fire department. You don't have to join the Elks Club. You don't have to do anything that I do. I only want you to promise me one thing. Whatever you decide to do, even if you want to be a ditch digger like Albert Hogerville, dirt contractor, promise me you'll be the best ditch digger in the world. And I shook hands with her. She stuck her hand out and said, hey, I want to be a teacher. I shook hands with her. She was later in that girl's wedding. They're lifelong friends to this day. And that little girl, in 2013, became Kansas master teacher manager. And I studied under the first Kansas master teacher here, Helen Case. And I was gratified. But in 2019, I got to watch her walk across the stage, and Michelle Obama and her husband inducted her and 4 other people. They do 5 every year into the national teachers. My little girl, who studied at Disney all 3 summers, and turned her into Miss Personality. And she speaks French better than I speak English. And today, she goes all over the world teaching teachers how to teach. And you know what made her famous? Teaching middle school students in Andover, Kansas, a suburb of Wichita, that has 3 high schools and 3 middle schools. She was teaching her middle school students how to use a computer safely and responsibly, so that they be their servant, not their tyrant, their master or their out. And what she was secretly doing, without telling anyone, was teaching Proverbs. But there's that one verse in there that says, all wisdom, all knowledge, because you pray the Lord. So she didn't dare tell the one education what she did. She now goes all over the world teaching teachers how to use the principles of Proverbs in their curriculum without the Board of Education figuring out what it is. Now, all the major religions use Proverbs. The Muslims say that a cousin of Muhammad's wrote it all down. And the Confucians say it's a Chinese theirs. Solomon collected the Proverbs and wrote them down because he was the wisest man. But that's how that story has gone full circle. And am I the luckiest man on earth? And I'm still doing it. I'm still loving it. I was sitting on that front porch seat right over there about 2 weeks ago. We had a 10-minute rainstorm. I ran up there and sat down on the porch to get out of the rain. It clears. I'm still sitting there doing something on my phone. This tattoo artist comes barreling out the front door right across the street and comes up to me and says, I need to meet you. Something had prompted him to do that. And now we're friends. And he's doing all this for God's glory and for the anniversary of America. He knows who does Steve tattoos. He doesn't do anything better. And he will tell you himself. He used to be a bad boy. He had DUIs and all kinds of trouble. But God took him. And we've been Christian brothers ever since. Sometimes he doesn't go out and take me because I come on awful strong. But when I go to a community and look about building something, if I'm invited to go fill a pastor temporarily at the church, I show up a month early, unannounced, and make sure that I look seedy, walk into their church on Sunday morning. If the ushers shove me back out the door and say it'd be more comfortable some of the churches, I never show up to take that interim pastorship.
Wow, that's good.
He didn't know me from all this. I'm getting ready to build a fire truck at ambulance reflow plant in Coatesville right now.
Yeah.
And also buy an existing funeral home and event center to it, because I turn those into non-for-profit funeral homes to take care of the folks that the high-priced funeral homes can't handle. The federal government tries to regulate everything, including funeral centers. And after a Nazi sympathizer named Joseph Whitford came from England in the early 60s and wrote a book called The American Way of Death. So a way of checking it out was to go to Forest Lawn in California, where they sell you $20,000 crypts to be near Marilyn Monroe, and $100,000 crypts to be near Michael Jackson, and money. And said, funeral prices are outrageous. The small town funeral director was losing money on these loaded cases, because people didn't have the money.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get my dad to send a bill on a baby funeral. They couldn't afford prenatal care. They couldn't afford him. And the federal government says, okay, we'll fix it. We'll regulate funeral prices. And the Federal Trade Commission said you have to take the overhead of your funeral, divide it into the number of funerals you expect to do every year, add a profit. That's your base service charge walking in the door. When you walked into my dad's funeral home, and we went in the showroom, there were 33 caskets. We got one here for $295, off covered wood, $395, $595, all the way up to something nice. And we lost money on the first 3 or 4. We didn't make any money till we got back in the 60s. We make money until we got to about $600 some to cover our overhead.
Yeah.
Oh no! Now you got a base service charge of $995, and that casket sells for $50. Well, that cost has progressively gone up. But a new funeral coach is $150,000, and that funeral home costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And when you build up a business, nobody coming out of mortuary school wants to get a sugar daddy can buy it for several $1 million. So big companies come, and then they send in pressure skills, and they sell. It's going to serve. So I'm building event centers, spreading the overhead, weddings, funerals, family reunions, everything, and then offering funerals, casket, ready for cremation, ready for burial, as long as you use my chapel, which I just touch a button and change the decor. $1,995. You got cemetery expense or cremation. If you want straight cremation, I'm doing it for $89.95. $8,995. And it actually cost me, not cost me $150,000 for the machine, which is nothing but an industrial cigarette. So my actual cost to do one, if I'm on natural gas, is $100.
Yeah.
Fuel cost. And these places take their overhead, divide it into it. Our base cremation price is $8,000 because of the government and the regulations. And big business gets it. So I said, let's go counter to the trend. Let's offer full service. And we're the best friend of the legitimate funeral director in town. We take cases he can't handle. And some folks come in and say, we just don't have to spend a lot of money for funerals. We don't believe in burying a lot of money.
Yeah.
Fine. We have cemeteries that allow earth burial. You don't even have to have a vault. We'll take care of you. We'll do it. Would you like to have a family reunion while you're doing it? Well, that sounds like a good idea. So we make a little money.
Yeah.
Well, we've shown black ink today. And right now, I'm incorporating nationally and internationally trademarking. And we're going to start franchising nations. 38 of those will be ready.
Especially if I'm
And I've got managers coming out of these big chain places saying, I want a franchise because I'm sick of being forced to sell. I want to serve. They're constantly measured by how much they're selling. Their average price at the biggest in the business owns half funeral homes and cemeteries in the country, but it still says Smith and Sons. There's a low owners, it's Division Service Corporation International Years. The average walking in the door price is $12 grand. And by the time you get casket, cemetery plot plan, their cemeteries, they're blowing $21,500. That's insane. In modern technology, you can bury 33 feet easily for a 10 year. Stack them, one lot, put the whole family down. Save money. Why do you have to not think out of the box? And it's working. You're having no fun. I just found a funeral home over in Coatesville. Mr. Mountain, the Harris Mountain, dropped as a heart attack in April. His wife's a registered nurse. She helped arrange the kids for the living quarters up above that. But she's not interested in funeral, but she'd like to see it go on.
Yeah.
But when that place was built as a funeral home in 1930, they did it totally unusual. The chapel's huge. There's portable chairs not used. I can make an event center out of that text and do the
Make money off the lot.
and William D. Baptiste, my good friend, who was mayor. He runs the Baptiste funeral home. Her father, who was mayor before her, did wonders for this community. Put an event center right over here alongside his funeral. He's the one that taught me the event center concept. And you offer that for weddings, funerals, whatever. Lowers your overhead. Therefore, you can spread it out. Now, I've been laboring for way too long, but I'm going to tell you one of the stories. I got lucky and got first paramedic vaccination because the guy who can invent all things EMT and paramedic showed up at my dad's funeral home to work one summer when I was in 5th and 6th grade.
Yes.
James O. Page. He's from Nickerson, Kansas. Thought he wanted to do this for his life's work. His local funeral director mentioned, well, you graduated high school for me this summer, but you'll see 20 ambulance calls this go down. But you're going to lay on a carpet and deliver a lot of furniture because they have a big furniture business. And he built coffins and furniture. So I've got two businesses. Most funeral homes grew out furniture business. And but you go over to Kansas, Glen Dietz is running Butler County, same size as Rhode Island. They got 60,000 people counting, about 460,000 cattle, grass 6 foot tall, and oil under all the. But he's doing 1,700 ambulance runs, and you'll get some experience. So this guy shows up, he's Eagles, and he's sharp. Later, he goes to LA County, rises to battalion chief, and creates all things EMT and paramedic. You remember the original emergency show, Gage of DeSoto in the pickup truck? It was the first show about emergency, and it's still in syndication. He wrote the script. Took him 2 years to get a collection done to produce it. He said, have you seen the Dr. Killback Care movies? The ambulance drivers are Teamster studs. They drive the truck and they haul them patients. They don't do no first aid. They should pay them a lot of money. So they put paramedics out there to do this. And it became a vehicle that taught him. He called my dad when I was 16 years old, junior in high school. Told him at Easter time, he says, I'm going to summer school this summer. So I get college credit. I told you I was 45 college credit hours. Just twiddling his thumb when 17 at Christmas. So he graduated from high school. And then to med school after he gets to college job. So don't send him out here. My dad didn't invest in Paul. We knew he was doing stuff out here. You know what? I get off that train. Somebody says, hey, no, I'm doing ambulance work. Since the 15 is throwing hard part 14. Do I get to drive you around? Our chief is, yeah. You're going to take her medicines. What's that? I didn't know. Explain parallel medication, we do drugs, diagnosis, fibrillation, even fluid resuscitation and IVs. I'm in the field that nurses couldn't even get in hospital. Stop standing there. You're radical thinking. Seems like it's a crash course. You go to Little Park Station. You're going to make calls nights and weekends for the last 40 hours a week in the summer. LA County certified paramedic. I'm going to guarantee you a case of mononucleosis at the innocent. So I'll work your butt off. I said, Jim, I've been getting up how to do night work. I can hack it. I get you a brand new $2 bill. You're like mononucleosis. He paid me that too. I come home 16 years old, and I'm finishing up my senior year in high school, just taking electives or college classes. I picked up 15 college credit hours at home. My dream was to meet some girls who didn't know I was living above the funeral, who I could date. Never got 1 minute off. Date one of those good looking nurses. Anyway, I come home, and I'm taking a class from Home Case. First Kansas master teacher of the year. She was teaching at the junior college also. And she took 12 kids every semester from her economics senior year. Purdue graduate, master's degree economics teacher. Brilliant. 6 foot tall, not an ounce of fat on. Moved back to El Dorado to look after her parents. Never married. And the principal said, yes, ma'am. She was a formidable teacher. So I'm in this class, and I'm going to get a paper written. And it's early November. Sold as all get out. We got people running the funerals all over the county, and ambulance calls are early. So I told Dan, get me desk duty outside the line. So I got to finish this paper for in case there won't be 2 miracles. Dad took 3 bodies and stuff. People tell me by the sign to book. Dude, it was too cold. About 11 o'clock in the morning, he's got I'm saying his top costs more than my cost. His hat costs more than my cost. His shoes cost more. This is on Saturday morning, Delray, Kansas. People wear cowboy boots, and our ranchers and oil people. And he said, and by any chance in his funeral home, buried maybe 1937 by such and such a name. I said, I'll check. In the closet, get out the ledger book. Look, I'm busy, yes. Turn back to me. He says, what does it say there? It says, the child is 4 days old. Close to death and all. Family will be laid off by city service oil, but waiting to get moved to another community. Bring the tent, the child praised. How much did you charge? I said, minimum service guy, it was $50. That included everything, included headstone and Maryland Babyland. We did it on the streets that had. Did you ever get paid? I said, oh no, we wrote that off years ago. Bang. He looks around and says, they're searching. She got 9 ambulances. She's doing all the account. You're running 2 big jobs here. And all these people are in this facility. How can you do that and not get paid? He said, hey, when we started out, furniture and undertaking, you couldn't bring your furniture on covered wagons, so built the furniture. But you didn't order that new couch, so you had the money. You don't have a choice in the funeral. So we just take care of it. And that's all there's to it. Reaches in his pocket, pulls out his checkbook, and I thought, holy mackerel, my dad's going to think I can sell ice cubes to Eskimos. I'm going to collect $50 from 1937 and hand it to my dad. And he writes this check and he hands it to me. And I look at it and I fell out of the chair. It's $5,000. I said, sir, if it wasn't 500 or 5,000, it's $50. He said, I know. That was my brother. I was in the crib with him. I was a year old and I didn't know enough to cuddle up to him to keep him warm. You take that $5,000 and you keep taking care of it. Still have it. That changed my life. That changed my life. I've never seen the man before or since. I gave that check to my dad. I said, what are we going to do with it? He says, you're building the first paramedic ambulance for Kansas on Suburban. That car cost us $2,000. By the time you're done with it, it's going to cost us $7,500. Fleet is an ambulance. The new Cadillac high top is $13,000. The guy wouldn't sell us one. You guys are the 20s? He want one back with him. He said, let's just pay 2/3 of the first paramedic ambulance in the state. Which we did.
Where's that?
And that changed my life.
One moment. Now,
I've never dreamed.
That's one. Yeah.
And there's times I've gone kicking and screaming. You know, I was as bad as Isaiah. I don't like them people. I don't want to go. But I learned that my father and God were a lot alike. With my dad, you could do it his way or his way under pressure. Because it had to be right. That's a lot simpler. He might suggest that you do something, and you say, I don't want to go. And somehow the message gets to you. Do I have to throw you in a well to get your attention, or are you just going to go to Nineveh? And I've gone kicking and screaming many times. But can I, for 1 minute, claim as mine the victories God has won? I'm just his pair of hands.
yeah.
And in perfect to that. You have no idea how a person transforms when Christ has entered their life and you see them hard-nosed in prison and you come back a year later and they're a different human being. It's insane.
Must be all.
It humbles me.
Yeah.
Because I can't do that. He can't. I can't. I know that he's got a cure for everything. And we have now a 12-step culture. Anything you've got a problem with, we got a 12-step program. Put you into recovery. The problem is when we put you into recovery and you're not drinking or drugging or whatever other that you're going to take.
Yeah.
You're constantly trying to stay in recovery. And you're running back to meetings. I got to take a meeting because I'm starting to fight it. When they set up Dr. Bob Wilson in his partner had scriptural verses on each of the 12 steps.
Yeah.
They took that out 25 years ago and said, we want to appeal to the whole world. We want to reach everybody. So we took it out of the scriptural verses. The problem is, you can pick your higher power now. So, okay, I choose the Easter Bunny. Can the Easter Bunny heal me? No. Can Santa Claus heal me? No. You can get into recovery and avoid drinking, overeating, whatever you're addicted to. Workaholism or anything else. But if you want to heal, see Dr. Jesus.
Yeah.
He's the only doctor that can cure anything that you have. And we went at our peril and took out scripture references. And we're not getting past recovery. They're in 12 steps forever because they don't get
You.
What's the
If you
problem with
want
that?
heal anything, there's only one doctor.
You know what's the problem with that?
I don't remember all 12 in order. Well, I've taught them before, but for Overeaters Anonymous and everything else. But there are all the steps that first you have to realize you can't be helped, you're beyond help.
Mm-hmm.
And then you build from there. Evaluate yourself, all this, and you go to meetings. But the goal is not recovery. The goal is healing.
Yeah.
And that's big. We're all addicted to something.
Yeah.
And I read the Bible, King James Version, third and fourth grade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not sure what a forward bend is. But I love the King James English phrasing,
Yeah.
the Shakespearean language. And
Exactly.
that was the language of Lincoln. He wrote in King James English. It's beautiful. People today don't often understand it. So when I pulled that up to read to you, I took a modern translation and modern English. The New International Version is pretty much the standard now for those that speak English. But some churches are only rigid. And I'm saying,
Yeah, that live stream camera's directly right above you.
oh,
All it's doing is picking up everything you're saying.
oh my goodness. Well, I'm just
Son,
here.
praise God.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, now we realize that the cure is up to Jesus.
A lot of times.
Because they told them good night. I didn't realize.
Because somebody in here.
Next time I'll seriously preach. And don't preach, I teach anyway. I don't preach, I teach anyway. Where are you from? Here? Really? The town nobody wants to survive. Here it is thriving.
And you can stop. You answer. I'll see AJ asked, hey, what's up with the lectures?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
You said four? Sorry.
These are specific. I'm not not loony yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just right.
I'm so shocked. The only thing I was shocked is I refused to be able to get it done. On my website.
Refuse to. I didn't hear you.
So they have shocked me. Did you ever see that? We're like, let's have it like,
You have to pay somebody buys something from you. Like that.
no, so they do the shop. It's like breaking it down. It's like
Oh yeah.
but it breaks it. And I don't mind it for like small stuff, like certain things, but I want to just I'm gonna check like the ones that you have on the job. I don't people know. If you contact me, I can sell it to you. You know what I mean? I'll be on the cab or the other apps. But like I don't put it on my website just because
Yeah.
I was gonna say we can get page one.
Yeah. Like I got the Last Supper I showed you.
Yeah.
Why? I don't even know if I can give that best canvas. I was an artist that kind of sacrilegious. The Last Supper of our taste, bro. That was me. My theory was Jesus was the first follower. Now everybody wants to try to be Jesus. And they want to follow him. You know? Self-motivation. Yeah. But I did think
many people
and I don't know.
like that big children.
Some guy was looking at Van's house and he never like very much. I said it's probably best if I take anything you guys want this son was happening.
Oh yeah, they got the drugs. They got probably
Probably good.
yeah. And they like you. Oh yeah.
He's talk crap straight to my face. And for some reason, he knew I was at that time where I was punch my shit on this day. Originally, yeah, that's how you just, you know, that's it.
Against you.
Can't do that.
Meditation.
Say, hey,
Peaceful.
stop.
You can change the motion. Like, how have you been? When you have I did our
Twice though. You know what I'm saying? Alright, fill the cheek. It didn't say turn 3 times.
promise. They shall not promise that they shall not.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's that ours thing. Is the spirit of the words? Are these his students? Do not find their smooth good to one without writing. Even flame my people is risen as an enemy. People off the road the garment for them and pass on his spirit as men which from the women of my people and he gives them from their blessed houses, from their children and continue wait I've never seen like this among
you retired. I'm hoping it's like maybe 30 minutes ago.
even
I did not. Well, that's.
If you when you first got in, like,
No,
I'm feeling it.
it's good.
Really. About 30 minutes after you started your
Look at those pictures on that website. That is not like a 1930s facility.
you were here. It's been patient.
That chapel is enormous.
Yeah. And the chairs you can set up however you want. You can move them.
Somebody was way ahead of their time. And they made it all ADA accessible now. So
Wow. So there's a ramp outside.
yeah, there's ramps at all locations except the front door. And they own the house next door, which is rented to an insurance agent. And I can knock that down when she retires and put a larger event center there. And the folks down the street at G. Baptiste want the presence up there.
Yeah.
Because the black community is not being served. So the mayor who runs this one here and I are talking about making a third door arrangement for her. And it'll actually be a three-purpose facility, a regular funeral home, event center, and a black funeral home to serve the African American community. In the
Oh,
same
yeah, I'm sorry.
She's just getting rid of a couple of cars I built for her in 2003, which I'm going to send out to one of our facilities in Kansas to use. These are like brand new. Because these in 2003. There's a funeral coach. We built that in 2003. It's built.
You just find like a car and like.
It's a chopped up passenger car.
Wow.
Cadillac gives us a complete car, which is a two-door with no back seat and no door panels and just basically a stripped vehicle with heavy-duty springs on it and not drivable. We chop it up and stretch it into that. And it is my brand. It's Senorita Coach. And
That's your brand?
and there's the other viewer. And this six-door limousine goes with it, which is a four-door. Cut up. They put a second door in the middle of it, behind the front door. They put 3 forward-facing seats, rolled it all back together.
Small. Because I never thought about it.
Yeah, I did that to one of my dad's four-door Cadillacs back years ago, and thought I was nuts, but it worked out great. We patented it. But I had a customer come to me 8 years ago, and he said, look, you build fire trucks from the ground up. You build a frame, then you put whatever engine, tranny, pump, whatever I wanted. And a heavy-duty frame, you're not cutting a passenger car frame that's weak, wants to sag in the middle. Why can't you build hero trucks?
Breathe.
Oh, breathe? Okay.
Let her breathe. What you guys talking about?
Versus?
Purses?
Yeah. It looked like 1936 Packers.
Whoa.
Purse? Oh, okay. I think you said purse.
Wait
You
a
know,
second.
luxury camper, 6-1.
What is it? Wait. What was
Is there a
this?
black person here?
No,
Yeah, there's a white person here too. I don't need
What
one
is
of
this
those.
from?
that is the car. It looks like a 36 Packard, but it's brand new from the ground up.
Where's the phone?
And what year was this?
I built it 8 years ago. Slide the pictures to right and see other models. See how much more room's in it, equipment you can put on the floor and everything. We do a limousine style.
Whoa. This is around here?
That's in Lawrence, Kansas.
Oh, this is in Kansas.
I have some starting to come up into this area. They don't go out of style, and they don't rust. They're fiberglass.
They're a black hood.
Wait, why don't they run?
They're fiberglass, like a Lamborghini or a Corvette. Rustless body.
Can I take a picture of
Sure.
this?
Or you can transfer it to your phone. Just forward it to your phone.
Right.
Alright.
So,
Alright, good.
it's parked on it,
Okay.
and he's always like, the piece of car from the East Coast, is always cool for us, like an older car. That's
Then somebody said, "Can you build blues?"
my God.
Flip through those and see what you think. There's some interior pictures too.
Bro, what's this?
Oh. Do you rent these out?
Yeah, or sell them.
Bob.
Yeah.
Take a look at this.
Is there a black person here? I said, is there a black person here? Do you have a question? Yeah. Is there a black person here? And Jenna said there was one in the chat. There's a white person here too. I don't need one of those. What's that they do? I'm just trying to do a black person here. What you found? Okay, you got it today. Okay, this is part. Can we see?
Wow. Here.
There's a white person here.
That's good.
Alright.
You notice that the dashboard looks like a 34 Packard, but it's got a screen, backup camera, all the modern features. It's all GM. You get it serviced at any GM dealer. It's a 3/4 ton GMC pickup. And I built my own frame. It's not well sagging in it. And it is totally rustless.
You said Earth.
No, I'm sure that original one, it crunched last year. That means somebody hit it on a funeral procession. And
she'll be easy of black mirror.
they're in an intersection, they get clipped. So we just took it back to the factory in Arkansas, rebuilt that corner, updated the car, at 70,000 miles on it, right back into service. Where at that time the car would be ready to depreciate out. Then I went right back into service and it'll serve another 70 or 80,000. Then we'll rebuild it for him again if he wants us to.
Wow.
Because it doesn't go out of style.
That was other.
And that was easy.
I told you I was certified crazy.
And they
I should show you too. Somebody said, I want something like this for motorcycles and antique car females. So we told the trailer. I can pull it with a 3-wheel motorcycle, or I can pull it with an antique or a fire truck or whatever.
Even though thou be with all thousands of Judah.
I like doing things nobody else wants to fool with. There's one of our event centers. Flip through that and see how it works. Black ceiling, you just touch a button and you change the decor. That's set up for family reunion. See our tree of life up front. That's how that's the centerpiece when we do funerals or bar mitzvahs or whatever.
Where that?
That one is in Moulton, same place for my comes that way. Home. I like doing crazy stuff. My stock and trade is this kind of thing. I made my wife's habit building stuff like this. And ambulances first, and then fire trucks and rescue vehicles, and funeral cars and limousines. It went from there. Because I was too young and too stupid. I sent a copy for this poster to all my contacts. We've got people in 5 convents now praying for this succession. I just took a picture of this and I said, look carefully at the artwork that's going to be used in purposes. And I'm getting messages from all over the world. We're praying for you. Last night, the Lord's Diner in Wichita, Kansas, where I serve as one of the part-time chaplains also. Yeah, beautiful facility built right across the street from the cathedral downtown. And so for 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and anybody can walk in there at 5:30. She get a fully separate room for families, for kids. People can come in and get a carry-out if they're afraid to sit down with other people. No charge, no questions asked. We average 200 to 275 every night. His Wilmington is about the same size as Wichita. And last night, the entire group stood and prayed for this. So sent a message. It's a wonderful witness for Christ and for America, for praises. It's a great, actually great thing he's doing. He's studying the art before you receive. This guy's awesome. I'm not a tattoo person myself. But I grew up in an era when you got hepatitis.
Yeah.
It was safe. My dad had a small Navy tattoo from World War II, and as he got older, it just faded out to being just a color block. And they didn't last. The technology is different now. But I'm interested in so many things. I don't know how many hundred different symbols I can pack into one tattoo. I told him the other day, I really ought to have one just body identification in case I have to go out. So they go, I have to be firefighting and fight the fires. No. We've been a paramedic all these years. You know what the modern definition of a paramedic is? I'm the first guy you see after saying, hold my, watch this.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I forget the pleasures of wickedness, houses of wicked, and the sins of their shall I have them pure with the wicked malice and with the bad of this? Go, Bill. Go, Bill. Bill. Running with climber. Go to Paul. False.
Go back to bed.
Oh, who is it? Who is it?
Love you, brother. See you, brother. See you, brother. Okay, bye.
Yeah, no, it's all people. Just one was unique. Very
He's over my house. He's also pretty successful plumber. He's just going through something right now.
evil ways. For the rich men there are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceit in their mouth. Therefore also I made these cities mighty fill, making thee desolate because of thy sins. Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied, and thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee. Thou shalt take the whole, but shalt not.
So, bro, are we in your spot?
No, I just wanted to say goodbye. And I saw him there. I just wanted to stop and say goodbye. I'm not even here to that one.
Did you see the live stream?
No, where's the streaming at?
Can we get him in the live?
Oh yeah. How's it going, guys? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Pretty good, pretty good.
You have the restaurant next door?
Yes.
I gotta try your food.
We'll be open tomorrow. Yesterday I was on a TV show, and then today we have I think we're doing a co-thing with the
You
Eagles,
got
so
anything that won't burn my mouth?
everything's customizable. I got you.
Good deal.
Yeah, I go there, so I get the mild. It's pretty good.
But you're indestructible. You can handle anything.
Oh yeah, right. He's got stuff hot.
So I can make it real hot.
I'll pass it. I'm a firefighter and a paramedic, but I have no limits.
Absolutely. Yeah, we could do something nice and mild.
Cool. It looks good. I've watched some of it come out.
Thank you.
I've known firefighter paramedic. Trust me, there are two things that I have to have in this life. One is coffee, and the other is my chow. I
Yeah.
love my food.
And that's being live streamed, everything is okay. So,
Watch it.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, man. Good luck on this.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I actually think I'm gonna post it up. I'll post it up on the food truck so people can watch it while we're serving food.
Cool.
The alright, you know what? Take the because you are alive. She clutch. Good man. Big bird.
Thank you. Yeah, good luck, man. Awesome. Looks sick. I'm so excited for you guys.
So,
Oh wow.
we're just going. We're just going. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's awesome. 21 hours in, dude. That's amazing.
Yeah. 76, brother.
Oh, hell yeah. When I open tomorrow, I'll make sure I bring over you guys some food.
Heaven, yeah, but I can't. I'm just like on peanut butter and water.
Okay. I was gonna say, I'm sure you're gonna want some food for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It takes premium.
Alright. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
brother.
run out. Pleasure meeting you. Thank you, guys. What's that?
Enjoy today.
Oh, I'm sure I will. It's gonna be a nice cool day on the truck for a change.
Oh no, that's just stress that I was. 7 more minutes, guys. Yes. They are kept, and all the works that are caused Ahab, and ye walk in their counsels, that I should make thee a desolation, and the inhabitants thereof at peace. Therefore ye shall bear the reproach of my people. Chapter 7. Woe is me, For I am as when they gather the summer fruits, as the great trees of the there is no classic my soul is like the first fruit. The good hands never shall be earth. There is none upright among them. They all lie in wait for blood. They hunt every man what's run with an arrow, that they may do evil with no plans. Somebody loves the prince, and the judge asketh for a reward. And the great man, he likes his desire. Yeah, I mean, the best God is as a fire. The most upright is sharper than a silver edge. The day of thy watching and thy visitation cometh. Now shall be their friends. Trust ye not in a friend, which you God for this desire. Keep the doors of your fire. Quiet and will see for the son will he fall. The daughter rises against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother. A man's ways are of men, but his own house. Therefore I will look unto the Lord. I will wait for the God of my salvation. My God will hear me. Rejoice not against me, O my enemy. When I fall, I shall rise. When I sit in darkness, the Lord shall be a light unto me. I will bear the indignation of the Lord, because I have sinned against him, until he plead for the cause and execute judgment for me. He will bring me forth to the and I shall behold his righteousness. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her which said to me, where is the Lord my God? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the iron in the streets. In the day that my walls are to be built, in that day shall the decree be far removed. In that day also he shall come neither to thee from the sea, and from the fortified cities, and from the fortress even to the river, and from the sea to sea, and from the mountain to mountain. Notwithstanding the land shall be desolate because of the dwell therein. For the fruit of the feed thy people with thy rod, the flock of thine heritage, which dwells solitary.
Virtually, and the sad thing about it is, we're centers.
Yeah, according to the days out of the land, each in their right shoulder.
He is the only reason
The nations shall see it, be confounded, and all their light. They shall lay their mouth.
Nobody will ever reach that, as you said.
They shall lick the dust like a serpent. They shall breathe their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of the Lord our God, and shall fear because of thee. Who is a God like unto thee, that pardoneth iniquity, and passeth by the transgression of the remnant of his heritage? He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy. He will turn again, he will have compassion upon us. He will subdue our iniquities. And thou wilt cast all their sins into the depths of the sea. Thou wilt perform the truth of Jacob, and the mercy to Abraham, which thou hast sworn unto our fathers from the days of old.
Continue living the way that they lived because they're like, oh, well, God said I'm a sinner and He forgives me because, and then that allows them to be stuck in their sin.
Those guys ruined it, bro.
God is jealous,
And so we're, we want to be direct responses like, no, we are not perfect, but you can be the perfect Holy Spirit. Because if Jesus had Holy Spirit, He was perfect, right? We have the Holy Spirit now. Once you are saved, you have the Holy Spirit. You have the ability to turn away from your sin. You breathe.
And drive the waters. They shall languish
I don't actively sin knowing it's sin. Am I still being transformed? Yes.
The mountains
But
look at him,
I'm not claiming to be a
and the
sinner
earth is
because
open at his presence.
I think that opens up the door of like
Dwell therein.
giving myself
Who can stand
the
before
grace
his
to sin.
indignation?
And
I don't know what I don't. I don't think that of me.
And the rocks are thrown.
I'm a sinner because
The Lord is
could
good,
have been
a
a
strong
fact when I get in my car.
and he knows
And there's this
trust.
Tesla white tassel, and I just know that they're Asian. Sorry, but I did. I just know that they're Asian, and they're going super freaking slow, and I'm like, I wish they were in the slow. And then, like, in my thought, like, do I call them a name? Do I? Those happen. And that's a sin. I don't want to do it every day. I don't want to do it at all. I just know I'm a sinner. I'm trying to do something wherever I want to eat.
Right. But you acknowledge it, and then you tell God, I repent.
Yeah, God,
Take these thoughts from me. You know,
but Jesus was the only concept.
oh yeah, for
He was
sure.
the only.
But I feel like these men become
Right, like,
yes.
yeah. So you,
He can
And concerning the more of my name.
I gotta look at the break. So I gotta look at the
I will make.
I understand the concept. Yeah.
Positive.
Woo! Big time. Good job, guys.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. I didn't realize it was 9 o'clock already.
Oh man. You gotta pull me out of there.
I didn't realize it was 9. That hour flew by.
Yeah. Alright. On the ground. I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, that's so much better. It's just it sucks. Sorry.
One person is a good survey on purpose.
Yeah. I can't rank better. So much. Can we get that cheap bag? We need to put another stencil on her, huh? Ugh. Maybe the back of his leg or something.
On his back.
Yeah.
The dove is on the burn.
Yeah, I don't want to like transfer limbs with 4 hours. Like I don't want in between the 4 hours. So on the 20 minutes, I want to transfer.
You get a 4-hour break?
Oh no.
Oh.
I don't want to transfer like tattooing from limb to limb
Oh.
within the 4 hour. I'd rather do it like that. If we're gonna do it now. But I have to work on his leg. Are you there, Christian?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we're done with the inside of your leg pretty much for the majority of it. I mean, I could keep going, but it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do the side of your leg of the lions.
Okay.
And then maybe do you think, let's do the full back. Let's get a print for the back of your right calf.
Okay. Can I manage the refrigerator real quick?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah.
Just had to pull out my peanut butter jelly.
The back of his right calf would make you have to get on this side of the table. Is that okay?
I just gotta swing the chair around
So
so it's all on the same side. I swing the. Maybe you can do that. You think you can do that?
That's from my leg.
Move the chair over to the side.
Yeah.
When you're laying on your stomach. And you just
This is good, right? Good.
No. What's this? If you want to do it.
I know, right? It definitely looks like. Yeah.
What's wrong? You standing above me looking at butter knife this.
Sorry.
Come on, let's go. Bill!
God, give this to me. I know, man. You can do it, babe. You can do it, man.
I got it. I got it, man. I got this.
Oh, man. Hey,
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hey, I woke up today. I just saw you 10 minutes ago.
Did he feel it?
Man, it really got me in worse shape than I am.
Stretching. You know what's good? It's like on my back.
You got wine gonna remind you how much time you got. Yeah,
Yeah, I just started this one.
Don't kick it, man, while I'm here.
Someone stomped on while my head was on the back of the concrete. And so he just like stomped on me like, dude, my head is going in. It's not gonna satisfy you very much. This push is gonna slide off my face.
One out.
We're not even close to the 16.
Oh man.
We gotta do this 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah, and some. If we do it 3 times and some, we've got it.
Alright, okay.
We got this, bro.
You can do it, babe. Hey, you want to get 15 minutes? Come on. There's only business. When you got these on the side before the new official tax, what the company?
Are we going over there?
Yeah. It's gonna be the back money.
Why didn't we just do this one?
I don't know.
It's so much
Just
easier.
rolling your feet.
Like you said, sit here.
Move this chair.
Oh, I'm not looking at that as a clear.
Yeah. So then, that's chair, thing, and thing. It's all good. It's quite, no? Here. That has. Get back.
What are we doing? Running it all back?
Yeah. And then
Okay.
I didn't realize that this is not put together.
Oh, look at that front street.
Oh my goodness. That's scary. You're just sitting in there.
Watch it out. You just have promise is left or right? Right. Right here. Chin. Right. So he has to lay down.
Yeah, you take this.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Who's doing with this? Using it? That. You can't ever lift that. My bad.
We're gonna slide this portion.
Okay.
See?
Sound is it good?
Yes, you got 12 more minutes. Almost to the
Alright, we'll skip back to the.
I need the sensitive. Catch sensitive.
Back on the right
That's right. Yeah. It is. Jesus, be baptized.
Don't grab the witch. You said the witch stencil? I didn't. Don't grab the witch or Jesus.
Not my which stencil.
Yeah, that's what you said. Oh, you said witch stencil?
Oh.
I need my
I didn't use the Jesus stencil. Yeah, he did.
Okay, back time.
Yeah.
What was that?
Wow, but you about to lose power right here real quick.
Is that hot outside?
Sorry.
Well, we're good here.
That's crazy. Yeah.
What's the stencil? Oh, it's a Jesus.
Yes.
20 seconds. Huh? 20 seconds?
It's 20.
Oh.
Second. Yeah.
So that's my brother right there.
Yes.
Careful if this purple ink gets on there. Alright, you stuff that?
It's just basic. That's bad.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
I was here.
oh, okay. I mean, I thought you was like, yeah. Oh, that's Bob. Okay.
I'm just never on paper.
My bad.
Yeah. I don't want to do one. Start this. Honestly, this like. I'll take photographs on the next shift.
Okay. Do those photographs have to be timed?
No. Just yeah, I mean, I said red light. So on my shift, conference photograph being taken.
Yeah.
Never had anything. But they're doing the live stream again. Oh, okay. Yes.
Right, Aaron? You guys are live streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's things to tell. Oh, that was stress. Pressure fell off. Yeah. I don't know the rest of the homes.
Oh, you know. Oh, it ain't nothing to swallow. Just 200 for something. Like tobacco or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that your planner? I use a paper planner as well.
I gotta have a paper planner. This thing can go.
Yep.
I just make notes to myself.
Yeah.
Live
But no.
Yeah. I don't have it with me because I emptied out my bag for snacks.
Beautiful art.
Yeah.
You find out. What's up, man? How are you? Yeah.
Good, how you doing?
Good, how can I help?
I was here with my friends that Christmas said so.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah,
So,
I'm Carson.
Carson, Brandon, nice to meet you.
Yes, it's
So, we need to talk to him about this because, we thought that there was, where's the schedule?
I got set right here. I should get over there.
Did we send this to Slim?
Was right
Is he on there? What's his first name?
Logan.
Logan. Is Logan on there?
Is for Thursday.
With Carson?
We got Ray.
Huh.
Ray now to Thursday. Oh, we're not doing that.
I think it was scheduled. Is this time? Am I time? We got 1 minute. Brannan.
Yeah. I mean, you ready for the day? Because you can take my slot, because I gotta be back here at 3. So if he really about
Yeah.
it, I'll tap out.
Can you do it?
He ready to do it?
Okay.
All right. And it's good thing.
Yeah.
Be here at 3 o'clock this morning, right?
Yeah.
How many more slots we got? Because I'm
Can you
telling you,
tell?
I'm the secret weapon. I'm the secret weapon.
Talk to us, gentlemen.
So,
That's a perfect day. So be here at
so the
3
thing is,
a.m. Yeah,
with,
Thank you. Yeah, we got it.
yeah, as long as it's stuff, man, I get people so this is your question.
Where about baby? Yeah.
All right, I got 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
No,
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 you got 5 minutes.
What?
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank Jesus.
You got 20 more minutes?
All right.
No,
Okay.
5.
Oh, 5.
Yeah, so.
Take a break, babe.
So, like, I would say, just make sure
Can you stand up?
and,
That's it.
if you have use of bathroom or something like that, make sure that.
I want you to stand over there real quick so I can
see
see.
you guys have. Okay. Iron?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Cameras are here.
Get the birds right.
Oh, it's just a
Take a look.
Yes, bro. Oh, I'm going back. Oh, man. Appreciate this chat. Oh, God, it's good all the time. Oh,
you gotta say hydrate.
Yeah, I do have to.
Don't talk about hydrate. I gotta go back to it. Can we get this man some water?
So you're
Yeah.
Where's the big bucket of water? It's all in the car, huh?
It is. You want me to run it? I'm just in the trunk of the car. Trunk of the van. Let me go get it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Need something big, you milk? No, I'm good. Milk.
That's about good. I'll be right back. Got it.
It is a body good.
You need something big before I roll out? Yeah, I need something big.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, babe. You can do it, baby. You can do it, baby. Yeah, I love that. We ain't going. We can do it too. Yeah. 3 o'clock, right? That's hard, man. Let me know how many spots though, bro. Of course, I know it's gonna be your question. Kurt, don't worry. Thank you for asking, man. You know what he is. Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all soon. All right. Christmas to be young man.
We can. See you, brother.
Keys for this.
What's it about?
So, I don't know. It's just shoot it. 766. Right back.
Too much. Welcome.
Yes, I'm ready to put this. I never did a professional league.
Okay.
Like on a jersey? No, I never did.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm a Christian.
Christian. First. Thanks, loves you.
You take your time on a busy day.
Be with us.
Heartbroken, could you slide that pressure a little closer?
Just to let you guys know, because we were wondering, one person has to physically observe at all times.
Yeah, Bob, you gotta be on this side of the
So Bob, if
Where you want me?
Over here, Bob.
I was gonna say, I don't know where you wanna sit, because that was very.
Can Bob sit on that chair? He's like 8 years
I can
old.
sit anywhere.
Yeah. So, like, you can sit in the white chair. We just gotta put that 76 somewhere where we're.
You
Gonna hang it up right there?
Enjoy being a witness.
Oh, yes.
See that?
I'm going to witness in a lot of courts.
It's not. Oh, it is not.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to testify.
That's pretty good.
You were the first paramedic there. What did you see?
Yeah.
You really want to know? You don't want to hear
There's only this was one paramedic.
You got time? You got this.
I know, Tom.
No. Just a few seconds.
No,
You got a whole minute. You ordered.
Please the milk behind you.
Interesting.
The secretions of a cow. It's very good.
But this one is
Thank you, bro.
yeah, I got you.
All right, guys. Hang in there.
Thank you, guys.
This was a great experience.
Forgive my insanity. No. Oh, can I have a trigger?
Sure. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure I'll see you again.
See you. This one.
Yes,
May
please.
God be with you.
May God be with you as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You
I will
all.
keep you in my prayers.
Okay, we're good, huh?
Make sure this mission is
That's straight. Good. You are.
Thank you, Maria.
Yes.
All right. I'll just see.
Great rest of this week.
Great to see you.
Nice to meet you.
At 6. If somebody
Always
wants
got
to
someone good looking women come around
Ah.
or this place.
but I definitely need to express the burnout.
He's a nice guy, but he's not.
I know.
Yeah, I was about to say I can't even speak because you can't. You
All
Love
right.
you guys.
Love you, bro. Bye.
Bye.
Just there.
We will. Thank you.
We're here.
Not last week's.
Yeah, soft cherry. Yeah. All right, well, we're all Christian, so it's kind of weird.
Items.
But I'm a paramedic besides. I'm a paramedic besides. Oh, I did one that just showed paramedic. Oh, you open up a can.
No, I don't.
I'm the first guy to see that percent. Hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit that happens in paramedics.
True. You got that, Christian.
I don't know that.
Bob, can you push play? Sure. Sorry, go.
Which book? Which word?
Done this song. Got swipe right here.
Your book goes there.
Swipe. Turn the phone sideways.
Behold on the mountains the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that establisheth peace. O Judah, do thy peace, perform thy vows, for the wicked shall no more pass through thee. He is utterly cut off. Chapter 2. He that dasheth in pieces is come before thy face. Keep the munition. Watch the way. Make thy loins strong. Fortify thy power mightily. For the Lord hath taken away the excellency of Jacob, as the excellency of grain. For the emptiers have emptied them out, and barred their vine branches. The shield of his mighty men is made red. The valiant men are in scarlet. The chariots shall be with flaming torches in the day of his preparation, and the fir trees shall be terribly shaken. The chariots shall rage in the streets. They shall jostle one against another in the broad ways. They shall see like torches. They shall run.
Where's Slim?
He shall be
last night,
Was he supposed to be here with you?
well,
They shall make haste to the wall thereof, and the defense shall be prepared. The gates of the rivers shall be opened, and the house shall be dissolved. And Huzzah shall be worship. She shall be brought, and her maids shall lead her as with the voice of the table from the wilderness. But then is of one mind.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yet they shall flee away. Stand shall they cry, but none shall panic. Take ye the spoil of the city,
Especially
for there is none
yeah.
of the sword.
There's a lot of good news to West Country.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got
She is
King,
empty and void and
you got Ben, you got
the knees
King Brown,
and much
you got
all
all these people that
faces
are
before the other
Came around
lions.
twice from my
Where is the
section.
dwelling of the lions, and the feeding place of the
They
young
killed some of
lions?
the jackasses.
Here the old lion walketh, the lions flow, and
It's a
none
pretty
may
interesting area.
The lion did tear pieces enough for his whelps, and strangled for his lionesses, and
Yeah.
filled his holes with prey, and his dens with rain.
Yeah, but
Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will burn her chariots in the smoke, and the sword shall devour thy young lions. I will cut off thy prey from the earth, and the voice of my messengers shall no more be heard. Chapter 3. Woe to the bloody city! It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. The noise of a whip, and the noise of the rattling of the wheels, and of the prancing horses, and of the jumping chariots. The horseman lifteth up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, and a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. They stumble upon their corpses. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts. Behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts and thy face. I will show the nations thy nakedness, and the kings thy shame. I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee vile, and will set
what if
thee
you
as
don't
a
know
business.
something wrong
And
in
it shall
your
come
life?
to pass
You have
that
to
all
take
they
it
that
up.
look upon thee shall flee from thee, and say,
Well,
none of us
you
will
ask
replace.
for
Who
God
will
to
be
reveal
one
it
of
in
them?
your life.
Whence shall I see
The
the
process.
promises for thee?
Yep, exactly that.
Art thou better than
Same
populous
ask.
snow that was situated among the rivers, that had the waters round about it, whose rampart was the sea, and her wall was from the sea? Ethiopia and Egypt were her strength, and it was infinite. Put and Luna were thy helpers. Yet was she carried away. She went into captivity. Her young children also were dashed in pieces at the top of all the streets, and they cast lots for her honorable men, and all her great men were bound in chains. Thou also shalt be drunken. Thou shalt be hid. Thou also shalt seek strength because of the enemy. All thy strongholds shall be like fig trees with the first ripe figs. If they be shaken, they shall even fall.
What's got going on today, Carson? After this,
People in the city are careful where
my son's name is Carson.
shall be set
Yeah.
unto the
20 years old. How old are you?
fire shall devour thy bones.
CARS.
Draw thee waters for the siege. Fortify thy
He's in California.
Go to play and water. Make strong thy
Yeah.
There shall fire devour thee. The sword shall cut thee off. It shall eat thee up like the canker worm. Make thyself many as the canker worm. Make thyself many as the locusts. Thou hast multiplied thy merchants above the stars of heaven.
Tonight?
The canker worm swelleth and flieth away. Thy ground dogs and locusts, and thy captives as the great
Taking that for a
grasshoppers,
computer?
which can the hedges coldly.
That's good.
Whence riseth
Yeah.
thy feet,
And
and thy face is the one who
Nice
many
one.
up.
Oh,
Thy $1,000.
okay.
O king,
And that's just one out of
thy nobles shall dwell in the
That's how much that could be. Well, it's a little more than a G. I
and
think
no
that's
man
how much you're getting.
No,
there is no
Thy little box is replaced to a motherboard.
cold
And then it runs like,
shall
It's a gamer thing?
yeah, the game thing. You don't really need it already. I mean, you need it if you want to do like some
Okay.
but I do have a computer science degree, so it's like I want to have like laptop, yeah, not a laptop, you're the also like works with
Okay.
see.
like exactly.
Well, you gotta give me your information. Because keep it my piece.
Even cry out in your violence.
Oh, yeah.
Thou wilt not say,
Yeah.
why dost thou show
I'm getting ready to do a turkey operation.
or spoil thy barns
E-commerce
before me, and
business
there are the
China.
lies of strife and
And
contention.
I pretty much, I got a guy
And
who's
judgment
gonna launch
never
everything, we're gonna hook
for
up
the
the
wicked hath promised them the
payment
righteous.
plan, the showing things on the things to the website.
Behold ye among the heathen, and regard, and work
But it's always good
marvelously,
to have something you
and
can.
work the work in your days, which
If I
ye
need
will
an
not
emergency
believe,
with a
though he
computer, I
told
can
you.
call.
For lo, I raise up the
Let me
Chaldeans,
go
that
ahead
bitter
again.
and hasty nation, which shall march through the breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful, but their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. Their horses also are swifter than the leopards, and are more fierce than the wolves. And their horsemen shall spread themselves.
I should say hi.
They shall fly as the eagle that hasteth to eat. They shall come all for violence. Their faces shall appear as the east, and they shall be as the sun. Thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, mine holy one. We shall not die. O Lord, thou hast ordained that Almighty God.